Ghanaians do not like to be criticized in any type of way, even if it's the truth. They don't want to hear it. They just believe that, hey guys, welcome back. All right, today's video, I want us to talk about a video that I came across. Now, in this video, a Ghanaian man says that Ghanaians are lazy. They don't like to work. They're always looking for shortcuts. But before I go into this video, I want you to watch the video with me and let me know your thoughts, okay?
In the diaspora and you're looking to move to Ghana to start a business, let me show you an area where you can make several millions out of. Okay, most of the people there are very lazy, and instead of working, they resort to all kinds of spirituality. Okay, you will find older women, younger men, older men, all kinds of ages, moving from one spiritual father, one pastor, one malam, one shrine to another, all in efforts to look for a shortcut to wealth, a shortcut to becoming successful. So many millions of people, especially in Ghana, who will go to all these places looking to enrich their lives, looking to investigate things that are happening in their life. Instead of focusing on putting in the work, they go all around. And so there are so many of these churches, prophets, who are scattered all over the country, and all they do is they set up shop, do adverts here and there on TV and radio, and people come to them and then they prophesy. They just tell you, hey, in your family, this is a person who's making you not successful. In your family, this is a guy that is the reason you're not successful. And then they take money. When they walk in, they take money. So if you're going to Ghana, that is a business I'm encouraging for you to venture into. Spirituality is very big there because the people, they don't want to work. They are very lazy. And all they want is blame somebody for something that is happening in their life. They want to come and find out what is going on in someone's life through a spirit or witchcraft or some voodoo. So if you set up a business and you model it very well and you brand it, they will bring in lots and lots of money because they don't want to work. They don't want to think. They don't want to put in any effort into doing anything. They want a prophet to come in there and always tell them that, hey, your auntie, your mom, your uncle, your brother, they are the ones that are making you unsuccessful. So when you're going to Ghana, start looking into spirituality business. Peace out.
So you heard it for yourself. Now, when I looked at the comment section, excuse me guys, I'm so hot here. I'm really sweating. Ghana is extremely hot, humid at the moment. I don't know if it's because I just came back or what, but it's very hot and I'm sweating, so please excuse me. When I looked at the comment section was a mixture of things. Some people were like, how can you, a Ghanaian, say things like this? Now, one of the things I want to say, first of all, before I even go into the video, is that Ghanaians do not like to be criticized in any type of way, even if it's the truth. They don't want to hear it. They just believe that even though it's the truth, you shouldn't talk about it. Another example of sweeping things under the carpet, right? It's like a lot of issues that Ghana has is because people don't want to talk about it. People shy away from it. They just think it's better unsaid and then just pretend, just be oblivious. They rather just live clueless than to be in the reality of what something is so it can be fixed. That is the number one issue that Ghana has. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. But anyway, so I came across this video from Nkuruma. Now, I will just say this, right? I personally know Nkuruma. He's a really good guy, and I understand the reason why he said this, and I agree with a lot of what he did say, okay? Now, the main thing that people were going back and forth about was, you can't say Ghanaians are lazy. Ghanaians are not lazy people. Someone gave an example of, well, look at the street hawkers that we have. They're working, they're hustling, they're on the roadside every morning in the heat, they're sweating, and they're doing that. That's great. Those are not the people that he was talking about. Obviously, we cannot use a broad blanket and say every single person that is a Ghanaian is lazy. We can't say that, and that is not what he's saying. So context does very much matter, and I want you to understand that, what he was talking about in the video. He is talking, the people that he is calling lazy are the people that actually don't want to work and are always looking for shortcuts, and there are people like that. I'm like, it's not a joke. I've heard people say, with their own mouth, I'm going to become a pastor. I'm going to start a church and become a pastor because that's how you make money. And a lot of people have that mentality. And those are the ones. And like, as much as we may laugh at them and think, oh, that's silly and whatever else, and we think it's funny, right? They go and do it, and they do actually make money. And the reason they make money is because people in Ghana rely on spirituality so much. We believe And there's nothing wrong with spirituality to a degree, but I have to also apply common sense, right? So the people that he's talking about are people that, they want to be told certain things. They want to be told, well, they want some type of validation for not being able to achieve in something, right? So they want validation. So they want validation for the reason why, they tried a small business and it didn't work. It's not because they didn't try, or that's what they say. It's not because they didn't try, they didn't put enough effort, they didn't put enough. It's because somebody behind the scenes is doing some juju on them, and that's the reason why. So now they have to go to this person in the shrine to be told that, okay, well, this is the reason why. It's so and so who's doing it, and then that will make them feel better. It's just a thing for validation, and whether it's true or it's not true, I don't know. I can't speak on that one. But a lot of people have that mentality that the pastor, the spiritualist, is going to solve their problems, is going to solve their financial problems with them. And so even if they have their last 5 cities in their pocket, they will take that last 5 cities and go and give it to that person just so they can get some insight into their life, into why their life is not going in the way that it should. And again, I want to say that we're not trying to take away from the hardworking Ghanaians, because there are many, many hardworking Ghanaians that work very hard. And honestly, sometimes when I see them, I'm like, listen, I can't do what you do, because I don't have the vim to do that. I don't have the vim to be a mother with a baby on my back and walk in the sun and sell pure water. I don't have the grit for that. I'm too soft. I don't have it. But some people have the grit for that, because they know that if they don't do this, this is what's going to happen. And so those people, we give them credit. They work hard. But at the same time, there are lazy Ghanaians, and it's not just the ones that also go to work. There are some people that are lazy, and we don't want to talk about it. It's the truth. Listen, do you know, I've had people who have come, I've got to come to work for me. They'll do half-assed jobs. Oh, I can't clean. I can't clean. I'm allergic to dust. X, Y, Z, whatever. But hold on, I thought you said you needed money. And I'm not saying that, you should make somebody do anything just for money. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that someone who said, I will come and do it. I'll come and do this. I'll do this. They'll promise you the word, I can do this. I can do this. And put them in a job and see what they'll do. Madam, I'm tired. I can't. I'm tired. They'll give you every excuse under the sun to not do what you have already told them that they are being paid to do. And that is out of laziness, not anything else. There's not any other excuse they can give you. It's just out of pure laziness. And I know some of you don't want to hear that, and some of you will come back and say, well, sometimes it's about what you're paying them. No, it's not. It's not about the pay that you're paying them. I can tell you that for sure. I can guarantee you that it's not about the pay. It's not about the pay, and I can tell you the reason why is because they have agreed to the pay in the beginning, right? Before anybody starts a job, there is a period of negotiation, right? Where you're like, okay, well, this is what I'm willing to work for, and this is the amount you agree upon. The person starts. Now, I understand in some cases, someone may not have really understood how much work is entailed in doing this particular job, right? So therefore, okay, if that's the case, I'm doing the work, but you know what? I think we need to renegotiate. Let's talk about it, because this is not what I expected. That's different. I'm not talking about that. That's different. But there's some people that just won't work. And I'm just talking about house. It could be anything. It could be a gardener. It can be literally anything. They'll just be like, well, this work is too hard, more than I entailed. I had one woman, she came, she was fantastic at herself. She cleaned, she did where we had agreed a salary or whatever. And then over time, she just started doing funny stuff, like she's not coming to work today. She'll come, she'll not come, she doesn't come on time. So, it starts off, there's a pattern that Ghanaians tend to do, right? They start off, well, first, if you get a whole month, that's great, you've done well. But, first couple of weeks, and then they start to slip off, they kind of drop off, giving you excuses. Then the one that they'll hit you with, I have to travel. I'm traveling to the village because somebody is unwell. You'll never see them again. That is the end. Once you hear that from a Ghanaian, they ain't coming back. They don't want to do the job. So even though Nkrumah talked about spirituality and Ghanaians being lazy in that sense, I guess I'm more focusing on the fact of that Ghanaians are, he said that Ghanaians are lazy, yeah. There is a strong amount of truth in that. And as I said, I'm not painting everybody with that brush, but there is a strong amount of truth in that. And we don't like to hear it as Ghanaians. We don't like to hear it, but it is the truth. And there are countless stories. I'm not just talking about my personal experience. You can speak to many people in the diaspora that live in Ghana right now, and they will tell you that when they have businesses and stuff like that, the amount of staff turnover that they have, right? Because people say they want to work, but they really don't want to work. And so everything just falls apart. It's not like that. Now, the reason that Nkrumah is saying start a spirituality business is because that's what people believe in. That is what runs the country, religion. Religion runs this country. People believe it. Like, you can say to somebody, hey, hey, I have seen something in your life. And if you don't go and dedicate this money, this amount of money to this place, you will never be successful in life. And by tomorrow, the person will go and do it. Whatever you choose to believe in, whatever you want to choose to believe in, to each their own. I'm not here to tell you what to believe in or what not to believe in. But the point is that so many people are stuck in that sphere of, well, you know, the man of God or this spiritual person has told me this, so this is what I need to do. They will take their last money and go and do it over a lot of hard work, a lot of grit, a lot of grinds. They won't do that. They will just rather not. And that's why he's telling people, even though he's being sarcastic, right? It is sarcasm. He's saying, go and set up this business, go and set up a spirituality business. He's saying that because he knows that that is what works. That is what works for a lot of people. If you start a business and you're very good at it, you're very polished at it, and this is not just Ghana, it's throughout Africa, right? You're very good at it. I'm telling you, you can make people buy into pretty much whatever you want them to buy in. That is how we see these viral videos of people going around where they're like, the first 5 people to come to the altar and bring 50,000 cedis, you're going to be successful. And you'll see 5 people. You'll actually see people fighting to get to the front to drop that 50,000 cedis there. Even though it means that could potentially collapse their business, they'll bring it because the man of God has said whatever. And that man of God has gone. And I'm not saying every man of God has gone and chopped it, and you know he's driving. He doesn't fly from he doesn't fly from Accra to Kumasi in standard thing. He has his own plane now, so he gets on his own private plane and fly, and that's how it is. So that's more so what Nkrumah is talking about. So the comment section on that video was very. Some people chose to be offended, and I feel like a lot of time we can be offended because we want to be offended, not even because it's not true, but just because we choose to take a stance of effects. But we have to realize if we want to become better as a country, if we want to improve on the things that we're doing, then we have to accept the reality of where we are. And the reality is that a lot of people have these strongholds that are just running their lives and they can't see past it. And a lot of people are capitalizing on what that is, and they are becoming very successful. That's why when you walk around Accra, you can't turn a corner without seeing a church, a mosque, or whatever, a temple, or whatever. You can't. It's impossible to ignore. That's why we can resurrect these huge buildings for people to come and pray and people to come and worship or whatever, and they are always successful. Even the ones, you might laugh, right? Even the ones where they're in a incomplete building and the sun is beating everybody, they're still successful. They still make money because there is still a demand of people who want answers to things rather than doing the hard work to get where they need to get. And that's just the truth of it. But anyway, I'd like to hear what you think of what I've said in the comment section. Let me know what you think about what Nkrumah said. Obviously, his video was in jest when he said, come and start that business. Please don't come and start that business and make our situation worse. Do not come and start a religious business just to make money. If you believe in what you're doing, that's a different thing. But don't come and do it just to make money. We are suffering enough here. We do not need you to come and add your extra layer to the problems that we already have here. But anyways, that's where I'm going to end the video. Okay, if you are thinking about moving to Ghana and you would like to do a one-to-one consultation with me, you can send me an email to dela@moretodela.com. If you're also thinking about moving to Ghana and you would like a soft landing, I have 2 one-bedroom apartments that are available for short-term or long-term stay. They are available for rent. Also, if you would like to purchase some of my whipped shea butter, Fafa by Dela, you can send me a message or you can head over to the website www.fafabydela.com and you can purchase some on there. Okay guys, that is it. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment and share this video. Until next time, I am out. Nutifafa.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me